The Mind Buzz, now partnered with My Grito Industries.
I'm like, what do I do with my hands?
The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more. The Mind Buzz Podcast. Booyah. Boo. What is up, Mind Buzz universe? Welcome back to another podcast episode of the Mind Buzz, part of the My Grito podcast network. My name is Gil, and working the ones, twos, and sometimes the 69s. What's up, Amber? How are you?
Stop saying that.
What's up? How's it going? How you been?
I'm good.
You're good?
You're a jerk.
You guys had that whole entrance. That shit was tight. I was like, fuck, this is for real.
It's for real, man.
Yeah, it's tight. It's tight.
It's for real. Let's just jump into today's guest because I am excited to talk to him. Before we talk to him, though, we got a few announcements. Tomorrow is the open mic, and that's June 19th. Guest hosting the stand-up comedy open mic in the city of Paramount is guest host Michael Garcia. I am excited for this. This is Michael's first time hosting. It's usually pretty fun when it's their first time. Other than that, what do we got? We got the open mic on the 19th. We have Delic live roast comedy open mic podcast on June 28th. Starts at 7:30. The guest host of this show is going to be C's Reynoso, the reigning champion of the roast tournament at the Ontario Improv and one half of the tag team championships. Sandy, also at the Ontario Improv. They will be guest hosting with me on that very special night, and we have Darby Cash featuring. Also, we have Thicky Ricardo and James Jablonski featuring on that night. Check out the link for more info. It is an open mic, so if you are a comic in the Southeast Los Angeles area, come and sign up. You may or may not get roasted by our panel of guests. So that's going to be fun. And then Amber has some awesome things cooking next week, right?
Yeah. Sorry, cut me off.
So what do we got?
Let me get that on here.
She's going to get that on there. We're looking for 2 males,
So
3?
I have on Saturday, we're having our very first speed dating
Where they at?
event. Hey, come on out.
Gimme.
Maybe I just recruited one of our speed daters, but we're looking for 3 more. We need 3 more men. Come on, guys. Don't be freaking whack and scared. It's going to be a good time. There'll be beer, wine, ladies, and music. Come on. What else do you want?
Look at that first comment. Where's my Latinas at? I'm looking for some pan dulce.
Yeah.
The comments be getting wild.
And he didn't even sign up.
No?
He just
Come
wanted to
on.
comment.
Come on, label _
Yeah.
I like that label _.
So DM us if you want to attend. We have 3 free tickets. So DM us.
Can't get any better than that. And what else do we got? That's it, right?
That's all I got.
That's all we got. And I'm excited to talk to our next guest that is not a comedian. Thank God. Because if I was going to interview and talk to another comedian, I'd probably blow my head off. Just kidding. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Next week, we got Frank Ulloa from the Chatterbox. So that's going to be awesome. But tonight, we have a musician. He's played music for a very long time. He's worked with The Sinceres, The Altons, Barbara Mason, Brenton Wood, and touring this year with Kuko. He also has a single out. Hopefully we get to talk about that, or single coming out this year, right?
Well, yeah, it just came out on May 31st, and then I got another one coming out top of the month. July.
Perfect. Please welcome Eleazar. Thanks for coming on the podcast, Eleazar.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out and doing this, man.
You've been
Appreciate it.
practicing your name all day.
Yeah,
All
it's pretty
day.
Good. Eleazar is good.
Eleazar? Okay.
My bad. So I don't have COVID, but I drank water wrong. So it's in
You're
it's right here.
I think we're 4 years after we have to say we don't have COVID.
You would think.
Yeah?
You would think. Yeah.
There's some people out there still sporting masks.
Yeah. The homie, my manager right now, my current manager, he's at home right now, bedridden because his roommate has COVID.
Dude. Oh.
Shoot.
So yeah.
Dang.
So
It's still around, dude.
Vaya con Dios. I hope he is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be fine now that I'm no doctor or anything, but they seem to have this under control, right?
I know.
You want to scoot over just a little bit right
Yeah,
here?
sure.
Cool, so we can get you in the middle. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, tight.
That's how we do it. Thanks for coming out, dude, and doing this. We were looking over your bio. That's just some of the bands that you've worked with and musicians that you've worked with over the years. But
Yeah, I wrote that. Well, I was like just looking at that list, and I was realizing that I played with people. I was like, that's
yeah,
cool,
dude.
man. I was like, hey, let's go.
I think it's until you like either talk about it or like you said write about it that you really reflect on what you've done, because I feel like for
Straight
you
up.
it's just like a day-to-day thing, like you're just doing what you love and you're not really like
Yeah,
whatever.
soulless, lifeless corpse moving around playing this shit.
your hands are just moving on their own.
At this point, I'm basically AI. I'm like, yeah. No, but it's been super tight. And looking at that list, it's been really.
It's a long
really rad.
list, dude, and I didn't even say half of the names that you worked with, man.
Yeah, I mean, I forget, man. But the Altons and the Sinceres, I just got back from tour on Monday in the morning.
Wow.
So yeah, we were gone for 2 months, basically, from like April 18th to April 17th. So I'm a little shell shocked right now still.
Wow.
And then we dragged you all the way out here to the boonies.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. I was actually, I was with a friend right now. We were working in this studio, so I feel very important right now. I was like, oh, I'm going to an interview right now. I was like,
See you later.
yeah, dude. Appreciate you guys. And also, I was telling Gil, this is my first interview, I think, ever.
Ah, awesome.
Ever. So I'm an open book. Ask me where the fuck, dude. Ask me about my dad right now. I'll be real, dude. One and only time, dude.
Well, let's start with your grandparents.
What color calzones you got on?
I think right now they're black. I'm black
shit.
all the way up. Yeah.
Dang. I just did laundry today, so I got a fresh pair on today, so I'm excited about that.
Laundry's a thing on tour. Laundry's a thing.
Yeah?
It's
I can only imagine, dude. Like, everyday things become challenges when you're on the road.
Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
What's the one thing that you could think about that is just like, we do every day, but we take not advantage, but we don't
for
think about that.
granted.
Yeah, we take it for granted. Do you know?
How bomb the kush is out here. No,
California, man.
dude, it's really fucking up right here.
Yeah?
Like in a good way. In a good way, it's up. But no, there's so much. I mean, even just like simple things like the weather, which I know is a known fact for Cali, but not until you go to other places and you experience other places and you're like, oh wow, it's really bad here. It's really humid as hell in Texas and really super extremely humid in like Tampa and New York is super. I mean, all these places are super dope, bro. Like they're all super dope in their own way. But even New York, it's like temperamental out of nowhere. It's sunny and then just pouring rain.
Wow.
And then cool again and then like chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're not used to that. We're not used to that like extreme shit. Did you grow up in Cali?
Yeah, I did.
So it's like, yeah, we're not no country boys and no
No.
forest boys, nothing like that. Like I'm learning all the fucking time that I'm like, damn, I am a fucking pussy. Right? Yeah, straight up, you know. But it's cool.
Yeah. I can only see that because going camping is the only thing that I feel like, or let's just go to the beach for a full day, or let's go to the woods, you know, let's go camp
Yeah.
for a day. But you're moving, and not just moving, but you're working too.
and you just see people like when you go to a gas station in the middle of like Independence, Missouri or something, or I mean that's a little bit more city, but even just like in a random cut somewhere, bro, you'll go somewhere. We went to a place called like Casey, Illinois, and when we got there, like there was some type of music festival going on, and dude, we crossed the street, me and the homies from the Sinceres, they're all brown foods too. I swear to God, bro, like everybody in their lawn chairs was like looking at us crossing the street, like. You know? And I was like, man, this is some weird get out shit.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what we've had this conversation before where, because I've traveled like, you know, to other states in the US and I always feel like there's no place like California and we're so, como se said, like we not babied, but we're lucky. We're lucky that we can walk out and no one looks at us differently. Because once you go somewhere in the Midwest or something like that, it's like you're standing out like a sore thumb, and it's like now you're the like obviously we're the minorities, but you're really the minority in another place, and it's just like eerie feeling of like, why are you looking at me?
And I always say pues too. I'm always like. I don't even realize it, but when I'm talking to people, I'll be like, all right, pues. All right, pues. Like, I'll see you later, pues. I just say it on accident. I don't even mean to. And we were somewhere like in Missouri or somewhere, wherever the fuck the world's biggest chair is and the world's biggest wheelchair. We like pulled off. We're like, world's biggest chair, world's biggest shoe. So then when we pulled off and there was a family there and they were like, oh, like, where you guys from? Let's tomas una foto and this and this. And we took a picture. And then I was like, all right, pues, que se cuiden. And then they were like, they stopped. They're like, oh, are you Mexican? Like, I love Mexican, like, blah, like, you know, and they were super excited, you know.
When I went to Louisiana, and my Uber driver was like, "Okay, honey, you know, bye, have a great time." And she's like, "You're so cute, your accent's so cute." And I was like, "My accent? Like, I don't have an accent." And she started laughing, and she's like, "Yeah, you have an accent." And I was like, what's my accent? She's like, "I don't know how to explain it." She's like, "But you have a California accent." I'm like,
California.
You're
accent.
like, big, not even.
Yeah, like, not even fool. Like, where my hashitos at?
You're like, big, la riva la accent, la riva.
No, somebody was saying how we say like towel, like a towel. You know, we don't say towel.
It's towel.
Yeah,
towel.
But we don't say towel. We say
and like what?
Like towel.
Like some people pronounce the H's in front of words like where. It has an H on it.
No.
Where?
No.
When?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
I'm like, who does that?
That's how we do it. I don't do it that way.
You're like, I don't, but we do.
Yeah. I don't know. But, dude, middle of nowhere playing music, man.
Yeah. It's cool. And also putting out music in the meanwhile and like I dropped the song on 531, so we've been gone since like 417. So that's been kind of a mission to learning how to drop music while you're on tour and being responsible and being a big boy and still trying to be on top of it. And then also at the same time thinking like about because I have a production and songwriting group called the Brown Boys. So we songwrite for a bunch of people, mostly female artists right now on the roster. But like, it's also like, I guess when I'm on the road, I'm constantly thinking about that in my brain too. Like, man, what's going on back home with these projects? Like tapping in with the boys. I'm like, what's up with this? What's up with that? Blah, 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 you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's cool. Grateful.
You got a lot of stuff going on, man.
Thankful.
How long have you been playing music for?
Since I was 5.
Whoa.
I'm
5 years old?
I'm 30 now. Yeah.
25 years of making music.
I started playing accordion when I was 5.
Accordion?
Dang.
Yeah.
At 5 years old?
At 5.
Really?
That's my dream. That's my dream instrument. If I could learn how to play anything, it would be that.
Yeah, it was cool. It's been tight. I mean, I always knew. I'm not like ripping at it now because at a certain point when I was like 10, I got onto piano, but I played the piano version of accordion. They call it teclado, you know. So then it was easy for me to kind of pick it up. And then,
what were you playing, like norteñas or like polkas or?
Yeah, like a lot of like polkas and norteñas because I went to school. So like at the school they were like Italian foods and French foods.
So it was like.
So they were teaching other shit too, you know, like not just like they knew that the city was mostly like Latinos, but they were also teaching like the shit you're supposed to be learning, like some French shit and Italian shit, whatever, you know. So then I was learning that stuff and that's how I learned how to read music when I was a little kid, and then so when I got on the piano, I was maybe like 9 or 10. My mom bought me one from Costco for my birthday. And then it had the little light ups on it, you know, the little lights. And dude, if a Casio rep or someone ever hears this, fucking, their product actually worked. Like the Casio light up things, I learned like how to play Mozart and Beethoven and all this shit through that when I was a kid, bro. Like through the little lights, and now we're here. Shout out!
Wow!
Shout out the little fucking lights. Straight up.
To Casio.
Yeah,
what do you think that kept you playing for all these years? Is it just something that you fell into, or did you really love the music?
No, dude, I have this like divine gravitational calling towards like this thing we call music, and I'm just super grateful and blessed that I don't know, I get to just do this shit, dude. Like, and people are like, "Oh man, you're gonna make it one day, bro." Like I've been making these videos, like, "You're gonna make it, bro. You're gonna blow up. This shit's about to blow up." I'm like, "Dog, I'm already having a fucking good time, bro. Like, it gets better and it's tight,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously shit sucks sometimes. Shit sucks everywhere sometimes,
Yeah.
I'm dealing with some random ass like fraud bullshit right now. I'm like, man, motherfuckers, man. Even when shit's going good, shit's going whack somewhere else. But regardless, I'm like, dude, I feel like whatever that phrase made it means, I've maybe figured that out, because that was a couple years for me, just like not doing a regular job no more. And even if I got $50 in my account, I'm like, dude, I got $50 in my account, but like all my shit's paid and I'm just doing music. Like that's tight,
Yeah, you're doing everything that you've ever wanted to do, and that's playing music, right?
Yeah. I mean, and someone was like, "That's your dream job," and I was like, "My dream job is like getting head on the beach while I'm fucking smoking in Hawaii, and they're paying me for that shit." That's my dream job.
That's a dream job.
But this is a good second dream job.
It's a good runner-up job. It's a good day job.
I'll take it.
Going around the country, that is wild, dude.
Yeah,
that is awesome. That's what's up, man.
Shout out to Sinceres and the Altons. They brought me out to like my first tours for sure.
Yeah.
Dang, that's cool.
How'd you get into the scene and meeting those people?
Through my partner in my band, the singer and one of my like partners for producing them is Brian Gazzo. He plays drums for Brenton Wood and plays drums for. He's playing with Aaron Frazier now as well, and a couple of different people. Man, he's done like, we call him the king of Tiny Desk because he did a Tiny Desk with like Omar Apollo and Denzel Curry, and like he recorded the Tiny Desk for the Sinceres. He was their engineer,
Oh, that's cool.
So we just, the Brown Boys in general, like I think we're all like hired guns is what they would call us, where we kind of just play a couple of different things and do a couple of different things, and then we also, aside from playing and backing up people, we also like produce and songwrite. So there's just a couple of different bags we're getting into, and within that, Gaza was already gigging with these guys, and then a lot of Bretton Woods band, they are the Sinceres and the Altons, So then they needed a keyboard player. He came up one day, and Gaza recommended me, and we hit it off. It was all cool. I remember Gaza saying something like, "Oh, they need to know that you're not gonna be all fucking horny though, because like
What?
Because horny is like a phrase that we use when you play too much, when you're too excited, and you're like,
okay.
And it's like I could be horny all the time. Like if I just saw this shit, like I get all excited and I'll be like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
So he's like, it's not like that over there. Like it's not like no jazz shit over there. Because we study jazz and all that. It's like it's not no jazz shit. It's like it is, but it's not. It's like, keep it simple and be in the band and focus on your part and be a team player. So if you could do that, it'll be good, And I was like, I could do that. Yeah.
That's funny. That's a funny phrase.
Yeah. I'd be forgetting that people don't even say that shit. I just be talking.
You're like, nah, I ain't horny.
Yeah.
Ain't horny right now, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Or you have a hot mic on you during a concert and you're like, oh, I'm not being horny tonight, guys. It's all good.
I will say that for sure. Yeah. No problem. I'll ask for apologies after, I guess,
That's
Chicago, New York. What other places have you been to?
We went to Detroit, Seattle, Portland. I got a lifetime ban from Canada because I tried to go into Canada in Vancouver, and then they told me no, because you have something you're not supposed to have. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really me. But
you get banned for that? For crossing the border? Or?
Well, I got banned because, so it wasn't me that had something on me. Full discretion. But I was in that group, and they told us it's okay. They only gave the demerit to the person that had said things on them, So I was like, all right, I'm good. But they told me when I was in the processing that like I had something on my record and they checked and stuff. And it's not a crazy record, but I got convicted with trespassing. It was more than that. Like I was like doing stupid shit with cars and stuff. But at the end of all that, I got like, yeah, I've already said too much.
I heard they don't even let people with DUIs in Canada or something like that. Can you look that up, Amber?
Oh my God, yes.
No, I'm serious. If you have a DUI or a DWI, they don't let you into the country. That is freaking wild.
Yeah, no, they're serious about that shit. They're serious about that shit. Yeah, yeah.
About everything.
And they're assholes, respectfully. Fuck you, Canada. People at the border. Canadians, you're cool, but not Drake and not the people at the border. Fuck y'all.
A DUI conviction can make it difficult to enter into Canada because the Canadian government considers it a serious criminal offense. However, there are some options to overcome these barriers, including temporary residence, permit, and yada, yada, yada. But it just says that it makes it difficult to get into the country because of a DUI. That sucks.
So the trespassing thing that I have, like, I guess over here it's a misdemeanor. Over there, they treat it like a felony.
Whoa.
And so it's like, I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
But I thought I was okay. They said something about, I don't know, the way the guy explained it, he was like, actually, it's not a felony. Turns out I looked more into it, and it's only a misdemeanor, so you're fine. Went back. A week later, we flew to the East Coast, and I had to go to Canada again. And I was like, I'm good, because the homie that got caught up, he can't go, but I'm good.
Yeah.
So I went back in. And they were like, "You trying to get in again? You know, again? We just told you no." So this time, my fucking lifetime ban, you little bitch.
Dang.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
He had his picture right there on the wall when you try to go into Canada. Do not let this man in.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. I lost both of them, but
oh man, have you been to Canada before?
No, never.
That would have been your first time.
I don't even want to go, honestly.
No?
Yeah, I did low key.
That's probably just cold, right?
It's probably just cold, and everyone's probably just like, look at me, I'm from Canada.
Everyone says A.
I'm freaking whatever.
There's moons. You can't see a moon. Well, yeah, you can go to what is the other place next to Canada? That's
What?
America, Alaska.
To see what?
It's like Alaska.
Canada?
See, I should just go to just go to Alaska.
Just go to Alaska, dude.
There you go.
You're fine.
There you go.
There you go.
Who wants to see a moose? Nobody wants to see a moose. You go to a strip club, see a moose knuckle. You're good.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Right?
Or a camel fist. However you want to see it.
A camel fist.
That's funny.
What are some of the best places you've visited so far?
Damn.
Dude, Detroit sounds really cool.
Detroit was super tight.
Yeah? Have you played in Mexico yet?
I have played in Mexico City.
Yeah? Mexico City.
Mexico City is fucking tight, man.
Yeah?
Super dope.
That's what we hear all the time.
I love Mexico City.
Yeah?
I love, I have some homies out there. They have a studio called Santos Sonidos, I think. Santos Sonidos. Alan and Emma, fucking talented people out there. The homies Wet Bass is out there. Super talented. Producer, singer, songwriter. And then the homie Dante plugged us up right there.
Yeah.
Good dude too. But honestly, just good people, man. Good vibes. Some cute ass girl I know out there too. Man, there's some fun, some cute ass people out there too. Yeah, good ass food, man. Fucking I be eating everything over the tacos de sesos, tacos de ojo, tacos de pito. Fuck it. Nah, but I wouldn't do that. But I really do be going crazy, and I'll be risky, man. I'll just get drinks from the ladies on the corner. Like I don't know where that water came from. Fuck it, you know. I'm down.
But there's something about like eating in Mexico and their street food, and even if they haven't washed their hands, you're just like, it's all right.
Life's a risk,
All right.
carnal.
Well,
Life's
did you
a
guys
risk.
see? You know how like I don't know if you guys have seen, but like the videos from India have been like trending. The ones with like people making like street food. So one of the street vendors from India is like supposedly like the worst one, right? And everyone's going to his spot just to kind of like see him. And there was a YouTuber from Peru that went out there, and he went and he got food from him, and he actually ate it because a lot of people are going out there and just recording him, but they're not eating his food. And he got food from him, and he got sent to the hospital in India. Like he got so sick, and then when he went back to Peru, he lasted like 2 weeks and he passed away.
No way.
Yes.
Oh,
And
man.
they haven't released what the cause of his death was. So a lot of people are speculating that
blasted,
it was
imagine.
no. Some people are saying
Sorry,
that
that's not funny.
no, and it was not food poisoning.
Yeah, he got murked. He got shot 47 times. It's like, damn. And 2 weeks later, he got shot 57 times.
He got food poisoning and then
Oh,
he
we're
got
evil. I'm
shot.
sorry.
So they're saying that he might have died like in a car accident or it was the food poisoning. So I don't know why they're not releasing what he passed away from. And then some people say it's a publicity stunt and he's not really dead.
Could be that too.
I seen a down ass fool that guy you're talking about. I seen this dude on Instagram that he went to a random taquero or something in some city. He's like, hey, ¿quieres ir para India para probar
I
comida?
seen that.
I think it was in Mexico. He's like, ¿quieres ir para India para probar comida? He took this food, but like, you have to go right now. He's like, all right, so go get ready. They went right to that food from India, flew for like 15 hours, got there, ate that shit. This fool got put in the hospital too, all fucked up. The
Yeah,
taquero.
he got sick too.
But then when he got back, the homie gave him a BMW. So shout out.
Yeah.
You got a BMW out of it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy that you're talking about, he does TikToks and he goes up to people and he'll tell them like, "Hey, do you want to see what snow looks like?" But in the Alps, the Swiss Alps or wherever, in Mexico, and people are like, "Okay, but I don't even have a passport." And he gets them a passport, everything. He flies them out there.
Oh, he flies him. He pays for everything.
Yeah, everything. He
bro. It's
he
like
does like
locked in
different
already.
stuff. Yeah. So that guy that he's saying was a taquero, and he went up to him and he's like, "Would you ever go to India and taste their cuisine?" And he was like, "Sure."
I can't.
But yeah, he got sick too, and he got sent to the hospital.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that sucks.
Have you
Only
ever
in
seen that
India.
one guy like I don't know what his Instagram is like JUX something Jukes something. He's the guy that goes up to like the paleteros and the fruit vendors out here and like takes the foods from Home Depot to like Disneyland. And
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. Dude, I'd be just like crying watching those.
I
dude.
did too.
Yeah.
I'd be watching those like, fuck. Because they're too real, bro. They're too real. It gets too real, man. It's
Yeah.
yeah. I see like my tias in them or something, or my grandma or something. It fucks me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because I feel like we don't, I don't know. It's one of those things like, because I see his videos too and I'm just like, and they're all like having a good time on Space Mountain and everything. But I think that we see people like that, like you said, like you see your uncles and your aunts in these people. And to us, we just see like, yeah, they've worked their whole lives. But we forget that they come to this country and sometimes they don't get to enjoy even like Disneyland, they've never seen it or they don't get to enjoy things that we usually tend to get to enjoy. And it's crazy to see people's reaction. Like everybody goes back to being a kid.
Yeah.
Going to a theme park is not even an option to these people, you know? Like, or even less than that. I don't know. Like, what other things that there's a lot of things that people miss out on just because of their survival.
I mean, just think about, we probably all, are you guys Mexican?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we probably all have some family somewhere or something, even if it's just like one primo, one tia somewhere, for sure that ain't never been on no fucking roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't never, has never tried, like, maybe might never ever try medium rare steak from some bomb ass steakhouse somewhere. Like, maybe might never fucking
travel, go to another
shit.
state.
I
Yeah.
don't know, put their toes in some white sand or something. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like, yeah, I think about that shit all the time for sure.
Yeah.
I had an aunt from Sinaloa, and where we're from in Sinaloa, it's a ranch, and it's like 2.5 hours from the city, and that's where she grew and had her kids and got married and everything, and she rarely went out of the ranch. And one year we took her to Ensenada because my mom's from Ensenada, so we brought her out to Ensenada, and it was her first time she had ever seen an ocean. And to me, I was like flabbergasted because I'm like, wow, I live next to Long Beach, like I could go to the beach whenever I wanted to. And I forget that there's people that have never seen an ocean before. And to me, it was like, oh my God, like just seeing her and her reaction was like, it made me cry, you know, because she was crying and she was like, I thought I'd never be able to see the ocean. And I'm like,
Oh,
my
to
God.
even think about that, I'm never gonna see the ocean.
And think about how fucking close
Yeah.
Sinaloa is to fucking the beach. It's not that far. Like
Yeah.
my family's from Sinaloa. My family's from
Oh,
Culiacan.
yeah?
And so like that's crazy. And that's real. I believe that
Yeah.
because over there there's people that are just fucking in the rancho straight up, you know?
Right.
And if you're in La Pobreza, like you're in it. Like you're not gonna get a car. How are you gonna get a car when you can barely even fucking make ends meet? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And nonetheless, go on vacation.
exactly, or go somewhere if you have a whip. Like it's for work, dog. Like it's like I don't know. You just, you know what I mean? Like I know all my primos out there. They're like probably some hardworking ass individuals because they have to be. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because it's so close, and to not even see the beach, that's wild. That's a crazy moment you saw.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. So then to realize, like, kind of like circling back on what you're saying, like for you, like when people say like you made it, like, and you feel that you made it, right? Because making it is subjective to whoever you're gonna talk to. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
your made it can be different than my made it, but I like your approach on like you do feel like you made it, like you're just enjoying yourself, and things can only get better for you.
Yeah.
And that's. To
Or
me, that's
worse, but
great. I know worse, but
No,
you know,
no,
like
no,
your
not better, better, better.
experiences, like you've already done so
Right.
much that it's
Yeah.
just like that's cool. That's really cool.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I'm very grateful and feel like for a long time in my life, I thought that when I was just working a regular job and I was in some toxic situations, I thought that, you know, I just wasn't one of the chosen ones, that people get chosen, and the people that get chosen, they're the ones that got noticed, you know, they got noticed in life, and so they got chosen, and so they deserve it, you know, and I deserve to be a dishwasher or a pizza boy or whatever, because that's just like I didn't get chosen, you know. But then it's kind of like some stupid, like, weird psychological thing you're playing yourself, because then you kind of realize, like, at a certain point I snapped out of it and I was like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, getting chosen? Like, motherfucker, you make it happen for yourself, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you know, when you're young and it's like repetitive patterns of thinking, you don't think that shit. You just be in these like trapped mentalities, you know what I mean?
Do you think it was that realization to the changing your perspective that changed all of it, or was it there? Did it happen gradually, or was there like a certain like pinpoint where in your past that you're like, okay, this happened and everything else kind of fell into place? Do you remember that?
Yeah, nah, for sure. that was like when I broke up with my ex, probably one of my ex girlfriends, like an ex back in a couple years, a little while ago.
Yeah.
A while back. Yeah. But it was a real rough situation. It was real, and I was a fucking piece of shit, dude. Like, it was like both. You know, when you're with somebody and it's like bad for both people.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, really, and like it's like she's no good.
I've been in a
I'm
few
no
of
good.
those.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I was constantly believing, you know, I'm not even going to say made to believe, because it's like you believe what you believe through your conditioning and stuff. But I was believing back then for sure that, you know, the music shit wasn't for me. I wasn't cut out for it. Like, I was wasting my time. And I just kind of gave up, bro. I just kind of gave up. And I was just a dishwasher and like washing so much fucking plates that like when I would get off work, like I could just stand my pants up in the fucking, like I could just stand them up when I take them off because they're all dirty. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. Like, I just honestly thought that was it. And, you know, you're mentally so weakened by your emotions sometimes that you're willing to put your passions and the things that you've been doing your whole life aside just because you're like not okay in the head. You're not okay in the head, and you're trying to please somebody, you know? So then you get out of that situation, and then when you get out of that situation, we broke up, and she kind of like liberated me of that situation, so to speak, you know? And then after that, I kind of had a moment where I was, we broke up kind of weird, bro. Like, I was in the studio working. I had been working in the spot, and I had kind of made a decision that, like, you know what? Like, last 2 years, I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I don't care what she thinks, what anyone thinks. I'm just going to start doing music. Even if it gets people mad, I'm just going to start doing it. You know what I mean? And then that snowballed, and I started working for the studio, and she was definitely not liking it. But one day, me being oblivious and being a dude, like, I'm not doing nothing wrong, you know? Like, I was at the studio, and she called me one day. She's like, Chris, I'm outside. That's my real name too, Chris, you know? She's like, Chris, I'm outside. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. I think my girl brought me Starbucks. I'll be right back, dude. So I go outside and then like she breaks up with me, and I'm just like fuck, all devastated. And then my boy, one of my boys who produces with me all the time, his name's Stretch. He walks out the studio and he sees me like kind of in that moment where like I think he could tell that I'm getting broken up with or something, you know. And then he just kind of walks back in, and I walk back in the studio, and they're like, "What's up? You good or what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." I was like, "Oh, like yeah, I'm good." You know. But then, you know, I think I kind of realized, yo, this girl just broke up with me at the studio. I walk back in, and there's a session of like rappers and producer fools that are basically waiting for me. Like, what are we gonna do? You know, I can't just be a fucking all crying right now in this room. Even though a girl that I was just with for like almost like 6.5 years, or something like that.
Wow.
Like, even though she just broke up with me, I can't like do that right now because there's a bunch of fools around that if I do that, this is about to be the weirdest session of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that started happening every day. These fools were pulling up every day. I never had a moment to like process that. You know what I mean? I never had a moment to like have that moment like, damn, I just broke up with this girl that I've been with for 6 years. Like, we were in this weird mode of working on this album. I'm in this group called Brother Smack. It's like a rap group. And so I rap on that shit and produce and stuff. And we were working on that album. So these fools are on my ass like every day. Like, what's up? Let's get in the studio. Let's get in the studio. So I don't really have a day to just post up and be like, oh, damn, you know? So I never really had that moment. And next thing you know, that turned into like 2 months. Next thing you know, that turned into like 6 months. And next thing you know, I was like, hey, you know what? Like, fuck it. I'm just going to lock in. Like, all that shit that she was like, I'm not going to be able to do. And people were like, oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. I'm like, I'm going to do that, you know? So then I started, my name, Eleazar, I think I kind of started using that name because one time I got a ticket on an old car that was hers, and we went to go pay it at the LA courthouse. And when I was there, we were already in all toxico mode, and she was like, I went up to the cashier, and she was like, name, please. So I gave her my name all whitewashed, and I was like, Christian Eleazar Moraz, you know? And my ex goes, are you fucking stupid? Are you so fucking stupid? You can't even say your own fucking name. It's Eleazar. And I was like, okay, you know, it's Eleazar, you know? And I don't know why I just internalized that. And I was like, come on, I'm going to use that, man, you know? And maybe in some ways it was like a manifestation of like, if I use that name, then it's like me wearing that chip on my shoulder and being like, I'm going to do it, even though they're like, I can't do it. You know what I mean? And yeah, now we're here. Now I just like the name. Now it has nothing to do with that. Now I'm just like, that's dope. yeah. You know? But then I started dropping these. So I was rapping and still rap and make all types of stuff, R&B, indie, rap stuff, hip hop. I'm a student of hip hop and forever until I die, you know? So just, you know, everything's kind of rooted in that. And then, like I said, my family's from Culiacan, from Sinaloa, and my mom's side is from Jalisco, you know? So I've always just had banda and corrido around my whole life and been singing with my brother and segunda and stuff my whole life. And so like the corrido thing is not really like a thing that just kind of came out of nowhere. Like I've been making some of these for like 4 years, 5 years, some of these that I'm working on, you know? And I just recently met my manager, Alex, good dude, maybe like a year ago or something like that. And he was, you know, really adamant about like, what's up with these corridos, man? And even when I was on the first tour, like kind of not really paying attention to this shit, he was on my ass, kind of like him and my boys, they were like, what's up with this shit? You're just not going to put it out? Like you've been having this shit for like 4 years, 5 years, you know? So now we put out this first one and it's doing good and it feels good, man. It feels good to just kind of start doing it. And that's why I'm also doing interviews now. This is my first interview ever because I've kind of had that whole middle of my 20s just like fucking up my life and giving up on shit to like, and then so there was that reason. And then on top of that, I was like, there's not really much for me to say. I'm not really doing much yet. I guess I wanted to put something out that's worth it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm talking too much, but
no, dude, you're good. And this single's a corrido or what?
It's a corrido.
It's a corrido.
Can we
really?
Can we play it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's this one, right?
Yeah, it's probably more. The better one's probably like to the first video, probably.
This one?
That's the actual audio
Okay.
from it. Yeah, yeah.
So we're gonna play this now.
Gotta hit the thing.
Si sabes que traigo el alma por mitades, pa' que le pensando otra vez que cuando estoy de frente nunca soy suficiente. Dicen que quedamos mejor con otra gente, pero que sabe de nosotros. Te juro por lo más que dicen que nunca he mirado dentro de tus ojos como yo. Nadie más como yo. Sé que no soy perfecto, lo siento, soplando pa'l viento y todo se va. No me importa más. Sé que no soy perfecto, que miento, las moras sufriendo y yo sigo en paz. No me importa más.
Got him.
That's freaking awesome.
So why the music video inside a laundromat?
I was doing laundry.
Yeah?
It was a laundry day for the years. That's not even a music video. We just shot that on the iPhone. But
Oh, really?
I was just doing laundry. I was like, hey, let's get a video, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of videos like that, dude, because it's just, I'll just be posted with the homies. I'm like, oh, let's just shoot something real quick. Like,
Oh, that's
man.
cool.
Yeah.
That sounds.
I thought,
really good.
I thought it had a more meaningful than I'm just doing laundry.
No, I was just doing laundry.
Hey, but that's cool, man.
Yeah.
You made a cool video.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
And it sounds really good.
sounds really awesome too.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's-
Appreciate you. Yeah,
that's really
most of the time, like, I'm playing them on piano, I guess, when I'm playing live with the Altons. Like, I've been playing these, but just on piano. And
Oh, really?
I think, like, the third video is me. I think that's how I kind of started doing it. That one,
This
yeah.
one, lo siento.
Yeah, it's more...
Let's play a little.
I feel like people haven't really heard that too much. That's why it's kind of...
No más con verte. Me
Yes,
siento
when I-
That sounds really nice.
millonario, que el amor está fuerte. Me tiene aquí cantando, creo que soy Vicente. No me importa para nada meterme entre la drama. Y esto es lo que agarro por amarte. Te pones enojada con cualquier razón. ¿Dónde se nos fue todo el tiempo? Enséñame por favor. Sé que no soy perfecto, lo siento, soplando pa'l viento y todo se va. No me importa más. Sé que no soy perfecto.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Sick.
That's really good.
I know I'm not perfect. My bad.
I like it. I like
Is that what
a
it
lot.
means in English?
Yeah.
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 So translate it for me
Sé
in
que
English.
no soy perfecto. I know I'm not perfect. Lo siento. I'm sorry. Soplando pa'l viento. Smoking and blowing it up into the air. Y todo se va. And everything goes away. Like, no me importa más, you know? It's like, sé que no soy perfecto, que miento. I know I'm not perfect, that I'm lying. Las morras sufriendo y yo sigo en paz. Like, the lady suffered and I'm just chilling. My bad.
Do you come from a family of musicians?
No, but I think my mom and my grandma always sang very nice. And
Yeah.
my grandma, descansa en paz, like, she would always sing like harmonies with me. She knew, I don't know where she learned it
wow.
from, but she knew how to do harmonies. And I mean, from the rancho maybe. And my dad and all his brothers, he sings better than me, dude. My dad sings better than me, and my uncles sing better than me, I think. But they're kind of maybe stuck in their OG ways and machista OG ways. So it's like, I think they always thought that singing was kind of just a thing you do just when you're drunk and, like, you know?
Yeah.
And they probably got offered a couple of times with bandas and grupos like,
Really?
Yo, you don't want to, like, come
Oh,
sing with us?
wow.
But they were too much in their, like, maniacs travieso ways to
Yeah.
even, I think their just brain was somewhere else. They didn't even think that's like an option. You know what I mean? But in another life, they would have. I hope they would know that they would have been some amazing, great musicians and some great singers. You know. But
do you think like what do they think about what you do now and that you sing and that you're on tour and like do they, because I mean I can only speak for myself, right? But I feel like Latino parents, Mexican parents, like they want you to be that cookie cutter like job or profession, right? And then when we veer off of what in their brain is like a profession, it's like kind of like, oh, well, it's your hobby, right? And I can only talk about like for myself, like that's something that like my parents wanted me to be, you know, I don't know, a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever. And then now what I do is like, oh, well, that's cute. Like it's more like a hobby, you know what I mean, than like a profession. Like, does your family feel like that about what you do, or are they like 100% supportive?
Yeah, no. I mean, my mom and my dad separated when I was like 6 or 7, you know, and then I didn't see my dad for like years, dude, like forever. And then when I seen him again, I was like 12, and I didn't even recognize the dude. He was so big. So I feel like I've always had like two separates. Like my mom's side has always been super crazy supportive, dude. Like they've pulled up to everything. And when I dropped the single Lo Siento, they all wrote with the graduation thing on their cars, like Lo Siento out now by Eleazar, like stream everywhere.
Nice.
Like, and my whole family be driving around the city, like doing that. And like they're those type of people. That's my mom, you know, and like my aunts and my sisters and everybody, they're big on that. And they're also always joking with me like, oh, come on, hurry it up so you can take us out the hood, like, blah, blah, you know. But like, you know, I know it's all jokes and stuff, and you know, I'm very glad, super fucking a million times grateful that I could just look out for my girls, look out for my sisters and my mom, and that they're good, you know. And so they're super supportive, dude. And then on my dad's side, you know, it's like, you know, I think with any Mexican household, with any parent household in general, it's like you just want to make sure your son's not fucking, or your daughter's not super broke out here, just like not doing shit with their life, you know, which I can understand that. But you know, it was a lot of like, I think not understanding in general, like, oh, ese Cristo todavía anda en el pinche estudio, todavía anda haciendo, like, he's still out there making the songs, he's still out there and, you know, doing his little thing, you know, and not knowing really what I'm gonna do, like, when is he gonna get a real job type shit.
Yeah.
And you know, I wasn't even making corridos and stuff back then. I was just rapping and playing keys and making beats and stuff. And so I don't think they ever really got it. You know, I think that they just thought I was just some fucking fat, lazy stoner dude in my room. And like, that was like what I was going to end up on that side of things, you know. And a lot of weird comments, man. You know, I even like got a Grammy nomination for helping produce on the Protege album, an artist from Jamaica. You know, some reggae stuff. And I remember when I posted that up, like some of my cousins were like, "Oh, nice! And how much is the Grammy check for? And like, how big of a check do you get for getting Grammy nominated and this and this?" Right. And I'm just like, dog, like, fools just can't be happy, dog. Like, fools just can't be happy for somebody.
Yeah.
You always gotta have some weird shit to say, and you know, I don't know. It's always been a weird relationship on that side, but you know, now these corridos are dropping, and clearly everybody on that side is for sure fucking with it, you know. And I think I've gotten some messages. I got a real ass message from one of my cousins on my dad's side recently, and he was like, man, you know what? Like, you've taken this music thing further than any of us ever could have imagined we ever could, man. Like keep it going, like, don't stop. And in my head, I was like, I don't think that's true. I think you guys could have gone way further than me, you know, but still, I'm thankful, you know? So, yeah. I think some change in perspective lately on my dad's side for sure, you know? I don't know that he's heard my music. I haven't talked to him in a very long time, but last time I talked to him, my brother was on the phone with him, and I was just basically like, I was like, hey, is that my dad? And I was like, hey, what's up? And he was like, hey. I was like, hey, I'm a fucking rich ass rock star now, man. I travel the fucking world. I'm a fucking rich ass rock star. You know that shit? And he's like, yeah, I heard your mom told me. Your mom told me to you. Yeah, I seen on Facebook. I was like, nah, I'm just playing. I'm not fucking rich. Yeah, you're good. He's like, all right.
It's not real until it's on Facebook, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. That's some of the lore, some of the Eliza lore right there.
Do you think that, like, I mean, I guess this is it's a personal question, but since we're on the topic of your dad, like, do you think that you do some of the things that you do you feel like maybe you do them so that your dad could see them?
Nah, definitely not. No? Nah, hell no. Like,
no, you're like,
maybe a psychologist would tell me that. I don't know. Like, nah.
I did study psychology.
And Amber did study 3 years of psychology.
No, honestly, I think it's kind of I think, to be honest, what it is, it's a pretty fucking ironic because everybody calls my dad Ellie, and I actually always fucking hated that name. And then it seems like the best option was for me to use my real name for the corridos, Eleazar. And I'm like, and sometimes people be like, hey, what's up, Ellie? And I'm like,
You're like,
call me something else. But nah, I mean, I let go of all that shit a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like I guess now I'm just going down memory lane, reminiscing when people were dickheads. You know what I mean? Because they were dickheads at one point, but for the most part, I think that's not the case. Now it's like, I mean, we even have like some pretty trippy shit, which I never thought would happen. Like where like all my cousins on my dad's side, they all have a group chat now. They're like, let's go on vacation, this and this, and I'm like, let's do it. Fuck, I'm down. Yeah, but I think it's one of those things too. My dad's an interesting dude. Where I feel like our relationship's always been more like, especially now, that whole thing of me joking like I'm a fucking famous rock star and shit. It's like he's really just more like the homie now. Like it seems like I don't know, like someone that I would, I know he's my dad, but when I see him, I'm like, I have a stepdad, and my stepdad's like, this fool has been waking up like at 7 a.m. every single day. Swear to God, hasn't missed a workout since like I was like 16, dude. He's like super disciplined and like cooks for my mom and washes all the clothes. Aww. And like fucking takes all the dogs out and adopts all the cats on the block and feeds them and buys them a rotisserie chicken. Swear every single night from Food for Less. Swear, I'm not joking. He's a fucking real one. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can't even like compare. It's like one homie is like that. It's like that's why I can't really complain too much. It's like I definitely have had some weird grabs from my dad, but like. My stepdad's always been there, and he's always been a super real one. So I have no excuse to be like, I never had a real one around to show me what it is to be a good dude. You know what I mean? So that's tight. Yeah.
A rotisserie chicken.
Shout out Oaxacans. He's a real Oaxacan.
So he buys the chicken and he feeds it to the stray cats?
Yeah, dude. Like he works at a chicken spot too where they'll make chicken, but if he can't get chicken and bring it, he'll go to like Food for Less and buy a rotisserie chicken and feed the cats. And they are all at my house like at 7 or 8 and they know what's up. Like it's time. Yeah.
Wow.
They're all ready for dinner.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's a good-hearted person.
Imagine it's all sick joke and he's plumping them up so he can eat them. He eats cats.
You just don't see him. He's like, así los quiero, gorditos.
You sick fuck, Saba. You leave them alone.
And we're all, the cat man. That's funny. That's cool, though. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, man. Fucking good. Yeah, but, now we're here making music. Grateful as ever, baby. You know? Feeling like I'm barely getting started,
Yeah, I think at a certain point when at the top of this, we're talking about you writing all of your credits down and you really don't realize what you've accomplished in the past. Like, how long has this journey been started for you?
Like where I was actually full-time music and stuff?
When you just
probably
full-time.
When I was like 26, so maybe like 5 years now, 4 years, like 25, something like that.
Did you like just get up and quit your daytime gig and you know what? I'm just going to make this decision to chase my dream.
Yeah, I was working in a real estate office and I went up to the homie Steve, who was the manager there. And I was like, hey, Steve, swear this is a real story. I was like, hey, Steve, I think I'm going to quit, man. I think I'm going to go try to do music full time. He's like, hey, you know what, man? You know what my favorite sound is, man? This right here. He was tapping his money machine. He's like, this is my favorite sound right here, man. Every morning I wake up, I bring my duffel bags in. You see me, Chris. You see me. I bring my bags in. So I bring my Coach bag in. I bring my Dolce & Gabbana bag in. They both got money. I count my money up, baby, every single morning. I love real estate. I wake up and I love this shit. He's like, when you wake up, you gotta love that shit, I was like, so if that's what it's gonna take, then do it. You always got a job right here when you want, But so then I left. He was a real one. He's doing 25 to life right now for fraud.
Whoa! What?
Yeah.
I was just gonna sound like I want to be like him, counting my money. And I'm like, never mind.
I don't know what he was doing, but he's a hustler. Shout out. I know that.
That was a turn.
Yeah.
That was a turn.
I thought he was like still at his real estate.
I found out through the homie though. I was like, dude, what's up with? Because he still does real estate. My friend, a good friend of mine from my childhood. And I was like, what's up with this fool, Steve? You talked to him, and he's like, dude, that fool's doing 25 to life. For
what?
God, I was like, oh shit.
Dang.
And the last conversation you had with him, it was quitting, or did you talk to him after that?
That's the last conversation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is wild, dude.
Embezzlement, all types of shit.
Whoa.
I mean, he was like doing some crazy shit because he's like, I don't know how it gets pretty shady, but he was doing where you're like buying finance when the houses are foreclosing. You know, and he's buying them off of them at the like, you know, with the debt and stuff. It's like a whole thing. So
Whoa.
Yeah.
Real estate people are another type of people. Definitely.
Yeah, my job for a little bit was like going to people. I didn't even know this was gonna be my job, but it was basically going to people's houses who are foreclosing. And then I would knock on their door and be like, "Hey, what's up? Are you guys foreclosing? Like, we'll buy your house from you for right now, like on cash." And I'm just a young kid, so I'm just thinking like, oh, I'm doing them a favor.
Yeah.
And they're like, "We told you guys to fucking leave me alone already. I'm gonna fucking kick your ass." And I'm like, "Oh shit," you know?
Damn.
Yeah, because I mean, people like that are going and, you know, you're kind of getting people in their vulnerable state.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, whoa.
It takes a certain person to do certain jobs. Like, I don't think I would be able to do real estate or
By the end of
accounting
it, I was like-
or anything like that.
Take the fucking money, get the fuck out.
Right.
You're all curtido already. You already knew what you were
You think I'm new to this? You think I'm scared of your tears? Get the fuck out.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that's cool. That's really cool that you're, like you said, you're just starting, but yet you're pretty seasoned now. Like what
I smell seasoned sometimes. Straight up.
what happens now? Like where do you want to be? What do you want to do in the next 10 years?
Just keep following this passion and seeing what kind of sounds inspire me next and developing on this corrido stuff. And I feel like I wouldn't necessarily want to just say the word corridos because I think that there's something special I can really dive into and like make it an amalgamation of all these different styles that I've been growing up on. And I feel like it feels very natural what I'm making right now, very innate. Like it's just of my nature to make this type of stuff. It feels good. And I just want to follow these sounds more, see where it goes these next couple of years, make more music, collab more with people, just get my voice on the mic more, just do more shit, and see where it goes. And I know it's going to go somewhere good. I think one thing I'm noticing is just, you know, consistency, keeping my head down, being consistent, being true to, I guess, my purpose, you know, and ultimately one day ending up being some like Mexican Rick Rubin type for sure. Like I said, I'm for the most part, what I do day to day, what I'm coming from right now is like, I'm mostly like a vocal producer and songwriter for like a couple of female artists right now. Like right now we have an artist that we have in from France. She's here for two weeks. Her name's Seitou, Seitou. I just call her by her first name, Asila, but Seitou is her artist name. And we have her here for 2 weeks. We've had her here on 2 other trips where we flew her out to work on some batches of music. And I've just been writing with her and the Brown Boys, producing stuff. And there's another actress girl. She just dropped a movie called Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Her name's Simone Joy Jones.
I remember that movie. They did like a
remake.
A remake. Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So the lead of that movie is a really good friend of mine. I love her to death. I love her to life too, I tell her. But yeah, Simone, also great singer, great actress, putting out a project right now too. So, and then there's a kid named MKY, Mikey Jimenez, another one, amazing singer, fucking like some Mexican Usher type motherfucker, super dope. So there's a couple people, man, just like writing that. That's what I do most of the time. So that's what I would love to just basically, like, I see this thing where it's like I can do really well with this Eleazar stuff, create a branch of my own with this, you know, a little pocket of my own with this region of music / this hip hop trap, you know, type of amalgamation combination. Whatever shelf life that has, but I know that I'm meant for a lot more than just being an artist, you know, and I know that I'm meant for like label type situations and other things where I'm helping artists develop and do those kind of things, you know what I mean? And I would love for at one point in my life just to get to a point where labels are shooting us new artists or shopping us artists that they need a revamp on their sound or a new album, whatever the fucking, we're working for like a month at a time on a budget with them or something and just on our own terms, you know what I mean? That type of shit, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm really excited for this stuff. This French girl is a threat. She's dope, man. She's super dope.
Dang, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So just, I'm all over the place, dude. A lot of pop, I work with these Korean guys, some partners from Seoul called Divine Channel, and we made some Japanese stuff for these groups called Exile. This dude named Exile Takahito and this other group, Generations from Exile. Like some dope shit. Dope shit. Yeah.
Damn, dude, you got a lot going on.
Yeah. I'm excited for that stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, if you're passionate about it, right? It's not. It doesn't even seem like work. It's just you're living the dream. You're doing what you love every day.
Yeah.
You're counting your money in your money counter. Like that. not like metaphorically, right? Because he's the one that told you.
I need one soon now. I'm gonna need one soon for sure. Yeah.
No, because I mean, like, he's the one that told you, right, that he loves what he did. Like,
Yeah.
he loved the sound of it. He loved getting. So to him, it wasn't a job. So
Yeah.
metaphorically, you're counting your money in your money counter.
Yeah,
Right now.
absolutely. And I can't wait to see where it goes. It's yeah. I've been reading a lot too on just understanding more of like this music business literacy and understanding like where all the money comes from, where it's going. It's not much coming in from like the streams, you know? But like also just how to create opportunity for me and the homies, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's the one thing too. Networking, nobody teaches you how to network. Nobody teaches you how to get onto podcasts. Nobody teaches you public PR. Like there's companies out there, right, that do that for you, but to do it yourself, you know?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's hard. It's a lot of stuff because you're not just making music, you're also like you're making these videos for yourself, you're doing it all. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes into producing something, not just for yourself, but it seems like all your other projects too you're producing for.
Yeah, and I'm very gung ho about it, just excited.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to get better about maybe the time management as far as.
But that's anybody, dude. That's just
Yeah.
a human experience. A person having a 9 to 5 have a worse job at doing anything time management, but when you're working literally 24/7, like it never stops, right? You're always thinking about something. I think as a creative person, your mind is always running on ideas. You hear something cool on the radio, or you have this weird thing that just comes into your mind as an idea, and you got to put it down. You got to record it. You got to write lyrics down. It's never ending stuff.
Yeah,
as a
bro.
creative person, man.
And I'm big on like honestly, dude, for real, I just think as a songwriter, especially, and that's where all this comes from, even this corrido stuff is just from being a songwriter, working with these people that we're working with right now. And it all comes from that passion to just be a songwriter and just get stuff off. And I just want to develop that craft more all the time. That's really what it boils down to. I'm very passionate about developing the art of like songwriting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because if the passion's not there, then why do it? You know?
Yeah. Trust me, people still do it without the passion there.
That's right. But just how? That's just like doing like for instance, I quit my job 2 years ago. And I felt like I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. I was just doing, general office stuff. I wasn't happy. I knew that there was something more that I was capable of. And I think just believing that you can do something better with your life, that's the little push that some people need. Believing in themselves.
Yeah. And just maybe wanting more.
Yeah.
Situation.
Wanting more. People want more, but do you really want more? Do you really want more?
Yeah.
I think even right, Amber, this subject has been coming up for the past couple days of if you really want something, go out and do it. Like there's no excuse. If you really, really want to do something in life, there's no excuses. And if there is an excuse, figure it out. Find a solution on your excuse and move past it and do it. There's always, you can't do everything, but you can do something.
And even then you could do most everything. Even if you do it bad, you can still do most everything.
Yeah.
Like honestly, dude, like for real. I love that phrase, ain't nothing to it but to do it. I feel that.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it for real, you know?
But even then too, when you start something and you may be not good at it, but staying consistent plus time, you're gonna get better at it.
Yep.
No matter what it is. You keep working at it and thinking in your mind that you can do it and you work towards it, manifest it, think about it all day long and practice it.
Yeah.
And then over time, it's going to change. even a little movement forward is still moving forward to do something that you want to do.
Yeah, and if it feels gratifying and it feels good, that's all that it needs to feel like. Just
Yeah.
good for you, you know. Yeah, dude. I know plenty of people that are. I feel like I'm constantly reminding myself, and maybe in some ways trying to remind some of the homies, like, dude, you could be doing anything right now, bro. You could be fucking, like I said, washing dishes or shoveling shit or snow, or be working for Amazon or UPS. And shout out all the homies that are working fucking regular jobs and still doing this music shit. Like, I have so many of those that are like are working for like UPS and things like that. And I'm like, damn, dude, these guys are like out here, bro. And then they still put in the same amount of time as me in the studio. I'm like, you guys are psychopaths, dude. I don't know.
Dude, you have no idea. Okay, because I have friends that do as much comedy stuff that I do. They even do more, and they have a full-time job that they work during the day or at night. And I think that is fucking wild. I'd probably put a bullet in my head. That's a lot. It's a lot of stuff to handle. And then plus they have kids, and then they have a wife, and they got children, and a girlfriend. It's crazy.
I was gonna say, the kid. Do you guys have kids?
No.
You know,
Together we don't.
No, not together.
Okay, nice. I don't have any kids, you know, but I just see like with, you know, collaborators and people around me, that's definitely a thing, right? And like I always trip out. I'm like, I don't have a semblance of like certain expenses,
Yeah.
Right.
dude. Because I really don't, dude. Because I'll know homies like that. It's like they're making money from the music, they're making money from their regular jales, and it seems like they never have money. And I'm like, where does it all go? But I don't know that feeling of like having lives to support for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And still paying rent and all this shit on top of that. Like, I don't know that feeling, dude. So I am in a way grateful for that too. But it's also a choice, dude. It's like I know that in another universe where I wasn't so driven to be obsessively in the studio and doing things all the time, in another world I was meant to be like a dad that just like has like 20 kids and just kicks it.
Or you're probably still at the real estate place.
Something like that.
Or maybe you're doing 20 years time for fraud.
Maybe. I love, dude, I love real estate. I love, obviously, as you see, I love talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But more than that, I just love connecting with people, you know? And I love the feeling that I get when I feel like I've really connected with somebody, and especially when it's over something that we both want, you know, like money or even just to win or a situation, you know? I love that feeling. So, I'm really big on like leadership, bro. And I read like leadership books and listen to leadership podcasts all the time. And like, I love this one podcast called BYB, Becoming Your Best. It's a dope one, you know? I'm, like I said, right now, I'm really on that kick of like reading more books that I guess will educate me on the craft of like music business. And I just love talking, bro. Yeah. I love connecting with people. I honestly think that what I do is not like, man, I think that my job right now is I meet somebody, they're dope, or they think I'm dope. Maybe they don't 100% realize. Sometimes they already know, but other times I've been in situations where a person doesn't maybe 100% realize like how great they really can be. But I can see it, and I can see the potential, and me and the homies can see it. So then we try to elevate them to be the best version of themselves that they can be. And then they in turn inspire us to also be better versions of ourselves. And we're constantly pushing each other, and it creates this dope relationship and this huge environment of love and like where we're supporting each other in the studio. And I'm not saying we're all in the studio fucking hugging and kissing each other all the time, but it's just like when you have this environment where you could be open, dog. Like it's a crazy environment to be around a bunch of dudes, and not soft dudes either. Like they can maybe some dude can beat your fucking ass, but just because he's this tough dude, like when you're in a certain environment where you create this openness, everybody can be open to talk about whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? I feel like that's super important in the studio. Even in this type of environment, like in a podcast studio, to create that comfortability to be able to have someone be open, right? What's the same thing in a music environment where you like you create this relationship with somebody, and you have this back and forth with them, and hopefully you guys understand each other and push each other to that place, and then you guys show each other love and support each other and have all this dope friendship, and then as a bonus you make good music, you know, and that's tight. You know, but I love that we're in the business of like showing each other how great we could be first, you know?
Yeah, because that's part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of it. Do you think that that's common to see somebody's potential? Is that common to a lot of people, or is there only certain people? Because I get that all the time. I get that like when I see somebody and doing whatever they're doing, music, being, painting, poetry, comedy, whatever it is, I see that like, wow, like if they keep at this for the next 5 years, they're going to be great. They can't quit. They got to keep going. Is that common to people, or is it just weirdos like me?
I hope it's common.
Yeah?
I hope.
We need a lot more of that.
I hope that more people would like see somebody and not just like disregard them for the immediate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be tight.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think that the world operates like that, you know? Because if it did, I think more people would have a lot more empathy and tolerance. But I think, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I think like too, like what you're saying, like kind of just like your whole model around like you and your friends and the people that you work with, and like elevating each other and helping each other get to where you guys are going, is it's not as common either to see it, because a lot of times we are, and I say we as everybody, but a lot of times we're out to see how we could benefit ourselves, right? How we can do it. And like Gil and I have had this conversation several times, and it's like Gil, has come to realization too, and so have I, that you can't always do things by yourself. Like it's just not realistic to grow and to be a better person and to get where you want to get to by doing it all by yourself. Like it's just not realistic. And I think like by you saying what you're saying about that, like it's really refreshing to hear that there's that like camaraderie between you and the people that you work with and your friends, and that's really cool.
I love those guys for sure. Plus, we don't all start like that. I don't think anybody innately starts like, man, let me collab with all these people. I think when we all start our thing, we're like, man, I could do this shit on myself. I could do this shit on my own.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody else. That one fool didn't want to fucking have me in my pocket. Fuck that motherfucker. I could do this shit on my own. You know what I mean? Like, this one fool didn't want to produce with me. He's like, I could do this shit on my own. Like, that's how I think a lot of us start. Not everybody, but I think a lot of people, like, I definitely started with that mentality of like, it's about myself. I don't need nobody else. Like, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Never collaborating with nobody. And then I think you just get older, and a part of it's like realizing like, hey, nothing's happening for me. I just want to collab with people. And then the other one's just like, the obvious, dude. Like when you get in a room with another person that is on that same wavelength as you, great things happen. When you get 3 people like that, 4 people like that, 5 people, fuck, man, it's like crazy, So it's like, if you can't admit that as a young artist or as a young anything entrepreneur or anything at all, that if you negate the fact that collaboration, when it's done right and healthily, where both people have the same mindset, it's not a better situation, you're tripping. It is always a better situation most of the time. You know what I mean? Unless there's love involved. Get that shit out.
Yeah. Eleazar, thanks for coming out and doing the podcast, man. I had a pleasure. It was awesome talking with you. Can you tell us where we can find you and what you got coming up?
Yeah, you can find me on Eleazar Music, ELYZR is right here, ELYZR Music, or look me up on Spotify, Eleazar, ELEAZAR, Lo Siento, out now, everywhere. And it's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. Stay tuned for this journey. First interview everywhere. I feel like I talked about everything. I talked about my dad and my family. And yeah, man. My latest challenge recently, I got chorro on the plane on the way from Kansas City.
Why didn't we talk about this?
Nah, I mean, it was... Anyways, I got to let you guys go. But I voy a superar todo. Chorro, whatever. Music, whatever. Ladies, whatever. Go through.
Well, you heard it. Choro on the next episode.
I just want to say, too, hey, shout out Bowling Park, man. I'm from Bowling Park, home of the In-N-Out. Bowling 626, man. I've been out here for a minute, man. I know there's a lot of people out here, and I got a lot of love for everybody out here in the scene. So, keep doing it. use your affluence the right way, use your power the right way, be smart, man, treat your people the right way. You're gonna live a good life in this shit. Be nice to people. And sending a lot of love to the city of Baldwin Park, man. Hey, man, I'm just saying, man, this is your golden boy right here. First Grammy-nominated boy out of BP, you know? I think so. So I've heard. So the rumors say. You know what I mean? Love you.
Awesome. All the links to Eleazar's stuff is going to be down in the show description, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on Spotify. Thanks again for coming out and doing the podcast. That's what's up. June 19th, open mic, Boodle Laughs, the city of Paramount. June 22nd is our Corazon speed dating. Come check it out. You're going to go? We got a code for you.
What's the date? What was it? June?
On Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, shit.
Next, is it next Saturday?
No, this Saturday.
This Saturday already?
Already?
Whoa. This
I'll pull up
Saturday.
to show some love. I'll pull up to smoke one. Sick, dude.